I'm excited to watch this video. I haven't seen this yet on the actual computer screen, just on the tiny little drone controller screen. This is tract 5 at Riverside at the Niangua. There's the truck parked on the property. Amazing property, just top shelf, pretty much as good as it gets as far as we're concerned for acreage. Direct river frontage on one of the most popular rivers in the state for sure. Actual trout fishing in this limited stretch of water here downriver from Bennett Springs State Park, where they have a trout hatchery and they release rainbow and brown trout. You can literally fish for trout in these waters. If you're not a trout guy, they have bass, they have sunfish, and if you're not a fish guy at all or girl, swimming, floating, canoeing, kayaking, camping on your I mean, this is just awesome. This is a kid's and an adult's paradise. Okay, I've talked so much I've lost track of where we are. So we're looking northeast. The land is on the right side of the Niangua. This obviously is a wintertime video. So in the spring and summer and fall, this will look completely different. Once the leaves are out, it will be shocking how beautiful and green everything is. But in the winter, this isn't too bad either, and it gives you a great chance to really see how this property is situated. So now we're looking toward the county road. We're going to back up a little bit, I guess, here. There we go. So there's the Niangua. You've got that strip of trees, and then beyond that is a large open meadow, beautiful meadow. I've often seen deer and turkey in the meadow. And then the property rises up to another meadow by the road. And it's been a little while since we took this drone video, so I'm just gonna kind of watch and narrate a little bit, I guess. Amazing section of water. I mean, my goodness. Feel free to Google the Niangua River or Bennett Springs State Park. This is just, like I said, top shelf property, the best there is as far as we're concerned. So again, the property on the right, and I believe in a minute we'll do a complete flyover here, which will be great. I'd say in the spring and summer the water level would be a little higher. Look how clear that is, though. Just an amazing river. Okay, so now we're going to start, I believe, we're going to start flying over the property. I think we do a complete overview on this one because it's a fairly long video, actually. Okay, so now we're coming over the meadow. There's the truck. Okay, the truck is parked roughly in the excuse me, in the middle of the property, so it goes to about 150 feet to each side of it, where the truck is, and then it becomes more narrow as you go up toward the county road. But you could, I mean, so that meadow there that we're looking at is within the 100-year floodplain. A better building site would be somewhere toward the top of this hillside, or that flat meadow on the top itself, which is completely out of any floodplain. So you could build there and not have to get any any flood insurance for your mortgage. Excuse me. So okay, property was logged. These tracts were logged, but they really just took the largest oak trees that were toward the end of their life cycle. So we've got hundreds of good large oak trees remaining. It was just the older oak that were sort of on the decline, and they may have taken some mid-sized ones too, I don't know, but I was told it was mainly those large old oak that honestly didn't have that much longer to thrive anyway. So we're over the meadow here, the upper meadow, and this could be an ideal building site. Gets you high and dry, gets potentially a good view of the river and river valley, and of course access to the county road right there. That's Marigold Drive right there. And we're looking, I guess, southerly along Marigold. Beautiful, beautiful area. Marigold dead ends just a little bit past the property, so you've got very little, I mean, you've got basically no through traffic. There's a family resort at the end of Marigold called Ho Hum Canoe. as we're looking across the river, when you see across the river, that's the Barclay Conservation Area. So that's several hundred acres of land that's open to the public. You can take your kayak right up the river and go play in the Barclay Conservation Area. They have a good access point where you could actually put in a canoe or kayak and float down to your property, which is really pretty cool. Okay, so now we're probably 150 feet up over the upper meadow, and we're looking northwesterly. The truck again is parked roughly in the center of the property down by the river. So large property. I mean, that upper meadow alone is probably just the part within this property is over 2 acres, which is already a large building site. And that's before you hit the tree line. And there's plenty of buildable area within that tree line even before the property starts to slope down. And if you were big on views, like I am, you'd probably build about where that starts to slope down. And we'll see that in a minute, that potentially could have an awesome view. And as far as access to the water, you don't have to go down that hillside. There is a trail that goes on around and cuts back across, and it's at the base of the hillside, crosses over this tracts. It serves the tracts on this north side. So that's how I was able to drive the truck and trailer right down there with no problem. So not only do you have the high and dry view there, that's about where I would probably build, honestly. Remove a couple of the smaller trees to really maximize the view. Excuse me. But anyway, that trail, you can look at the maps to see exactly how everything is situated. It's shown really nicely in the maps in the listing. But that means you can drive your truck or your side-by-side or whatever right down to the open meadow, and ultimately you'll probably want to put in some kind of trail to the river itself. There may be some walking trails or four-wheeler trails. I didn't see any trails to the water that you could drive a truck on, but it would only take a few hours with a skid loader to do a nice little trail. Just amazing property. Very limited number of these. InstantAcres.com to see if it's still available, or email us at sales@instantacres.com. If this is available, we would love to talk to you about it.